travel all over the country doing this. It's really fun. And you always, like after every show, you always end up in a bar in, you know, Podunk, Idaho or whatever. Oh, somebody in Idaho is going to get really pissed when I say that. But bars always get really interesting at about 5 minutes to closing. You know, when there's that last guy and that last girl. She's about a 4 or 5, and he's aiming way too high. He's trying to impress her by using big words, messing up, going, "Baby, you're looking magnanimous tonight." You'd be surprised how many audiences don't get that joke. They're like, "Yeah?" Anyway, I thought that guy needed a song. I saw a lady by the bar, didn't look half bad. She only had one eye, baby, that's my bag. I never know what I'm gonna get. I might get lucky and get a hair lift. But yeah, her hair is held up with a roach clip. Damn, that's classy. I like them 5 and below. I get them drunk and they're good to go. Back in my place, it's time to show what a dude can do for you. I spot a little hottie with her leg in a cast. I think I got a chance, cause she can't run that fast. What do you know, she's drunk too. She might not even wake up before I'm through. A little story won't keep me from what I do. Oh, hell yeah, I like them 5 and below. I like a 50-cent stripper show. I'll do you the quid pro quo. Is that word too big for you? Now let me show you what two can do for you. Rich! Ooh, baby, that moon's hot. You get your turn and you play my flop. That's a poker reference right there. You guys. I was pretty proud of that one. I was like, I don't care if you're covered in spots. The bartender wants to go home. I like them 5 and below. Oh, by the way, this is not a pedophile song. No, that's bad. You were looking excited. I'm just saying, you know. I like them 5 and below. I like a girl who does the hammer throw. A hairy back makes my hammer grow. As long as she ain't a dude. Well, let me show you what a two can do for you. Thank you.
We're trying to face your next comic. Person. She's hilarious. Please give it up for Eloisa Fubar.
How are we doing tonight? So, I'm baby crazy. I really want to have a baby. So bad. Each time I see a baby, it's like fucking heroin for my whole body. I tried to have a baby many years. I mean, I did it all. I did a hormone check, so now I have hair coming out in the most weird places. I tried insemination, in vitro, fucking no baby. I tried to become a crack whore. Because, you know, they get pregnant. Nothing. I even tried to have sex with a condom. That didn't work out, but now I have chlamydia. But you know, I'm not like a bitter woman. Like, you know, I do believe that you can have a meaningful life without kids. But don't get me wrong, I still want one. Very, very bad. The other day I was at work and we were a group of female co-workers talking, and one of them said, "Oh, by the way, my niece is pregnant." And another one just jumped, and like, "Oh my God, what is she gonna do? She's only 19." I bet she doesn't even know who the daddy is. The only thing that I could say when it come out of my mouth is like, I take it. I take it right now. a mommy loves me anyway. But it wouldn't be easy, you know, being a single mother, trying to raise a fetus in the city by yourself is not easy. It's not. I don't kid myself. I mean, just running daycare is a bitch. And it's so expensive. But then, you know, public storage is as well. I was trying to put my little fetus like in show business. I would take like really nice pictures and send it to pro-life organizations. This can be your next foster child. But I would have to watch out though, because I can easily see myself becoming one of those very annoying stage moms. You know, getting very annoyed at my fetus because he doesn't get the choreography. I told you about the time! Left, right, yeah! Fucking floating in there! This is hard work! Look, I have an accent. I'm not liberal, I have an accent. The problem with my accent is it's not a sophisticated accent. It's not like a, you know, French accent or like a British accent. That's why I don't make that much money. I know one of the problems with my accent is it's a hoochie mama accent, you know. I try to educate myself, but I do have the hoochie mama gene. The other day I was at work, right? I'm trying to make my invoice message. And I wrote down what I wanted to say, and I practiced it so many times. But this is what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, hello, this is Elena. I'm going to You know the problem though with my accent is like, guys think I'm very good at this. I'm not. Like at all. I make no effort. Okay, that's really good. But I don't know what to expect. I mean, if you're gonna go after the stereotypes, we're very lazy people. Why would we bring it in? I'm like taking a siesta right here. And that other thing, it's kind of like my mouth has to the accent. My vagina is completely normal. There's nothing going on. I don't have mariachi band. Shakira doesn't come out. It doesn't fucking go through. You know, it's kind of like I have like dual citizenship going on. Like my mouth is from Venezuela, my vagina is Canadian. It's very much like Canada. Really big and nothing is going on. Kevin, he's honest. Because I make no effort. Oh, you guys have been great. Thank you so much.
Eloise, everybody!
If you have an iPod and an iPhone and a Mac, you're going to love the new Apple iMac Pad, featuring a 50-foot wide touchscreen.
The IMAX pad is so big, Jerry Jones wants to buy one and hang it at Texas Stadium for replays.
Even though it's gigantic, the IMAX pad is portable and fits nicely in your average 18-wheeler.
The iMac Pad. Surf the web and then watch movies in their original size.
Hey, Billy, check it out. I'm on YouTube. It's a 30-foot Miranda Lambert.
Oh, ring.
The IMAX Pad, the biggest and funnest iPod yet.
Sarvate with the paisley clothes, so listen as I cast my untouchable flows. I jump into the Ganges if I want to get clean. If I want to get dirty, I'll do the same thing. We have a lot of hair, not just around the mouth, cause you know where the dark is in the Indian South. India is dangerous, I worry a lot. Nothing says snipers like moving red dots. Everybody walks, it's a part of our lives. If you really want to integrate, try not to derive. Sometimes the cows block the intersection, but don't you ever mess with bovine intervention. I'm a straight player from the Himalayas. You won't get vaginas if you get an A minus. After suburban, I'll take off my turban. I'll remove your shawl at the Taj Mahal. We got into the rickshaw and we were on fire. We took over town like the British Empire. We were dropping rupees for no good reason. We made it rain like monsoon season. I bought up the store. It turned into a party. I apologized because I took all the saris. Went to watch cricket, the game of South Asians, but it was so slow, even Gandhi would lose patience. Met some new people, but didn't talk for long. You strike the wrong chord, they might burst into song. Read the Kama Sutra, then you know it all. The gods have blue skin, but they don't have blue balls. If you need some more gods, you know we have plenty, with extra sets of hands for counting up to 20. People upstairs to fend off the evil. No one says prayers like a billion poor people.
Hello? Sarvate, dude, this song is kind of offensive towards Indian people, man.
Really?
It kind of stereotypes us, you know. Some white people might be listening, sitting at home eating chicken wings, playing fantasy football. They might not understand.
Yeah, they're so dumb.
My plates are all stained, but my food is never bland. But sometimes my cumin gets all over my pants. Pakistani, Indian, neither food is better, but they're both messing up my cashmere sweater. I'm great with the ladies, they never get bored. If they have any issues, I can offer support. I've got great lines that will inspire wonder, like,
Hello, can I get your reference number?
when I'm with the ladies, I am always persistent. I know how to handle some passive resistance. I'll take you to the movies. The film is your decision. I'll try to hold your hand at the third intermission.
My kids go to this Catholic church. I don't think I've gone to that religion yet. But this Catholic church, it's always struck me as kind of weird, right? Because you think about the Catholic church, you start off with a little Jewish Arab guy, right, in the middle of Palestine, Jesus. And then that gets taken to Rome, the Italians. And the Rome was this spread all over Europe. They go to Spain. We had the Jesuit missionaries from Spain who came to the New World. We had the natives here, and then it was Mexico. So you look at a church here, you're Jewish, Italian, Spanish, Native American, Mexican, but you walk through the church, you look up at the statue of Jesus, and he's white. And just to drive the point home, the priest stands up there and says, "Behold, the body of Christ," and holds up a cracker. Which makes no sense, because we know God's black. No, the church knows it. That's why it's all jewelry and choreography. But you go back a couple 100,000 years, the first human beings on Earth were black. You know, mankind came out of East Africa. And we left, obviously. It's a terrible neighborhood. Full of pirates. But if God made man in his image, then God is black. So why did he knock up a Jewish girl? You get mixed up on that Djibouti thing too? How does a Jewish girl convince a black man that he's the father of a white baby? No, God, I swear he's not white, he's just high yellow. That's what the H stands for in Jesus H Christ. Jesus high yellow. That's in Leviticus, I'm pretty sure.
was watching the show on the Discovery Channel about gangs, and they sent a journalist into the LA chapter of the Bloods to interview him, right? And so the guy is talking to this just big, mean-looking, ripped, mean-looking gangbanger dude who's wearing a Winnie the Pooh t-shirt. And I was like, yes, that's awesome! Shit, Winnie the Pooh wears red, just like the Bloods do. He could be a gang member, knocking over grocery stores for honey. Going, you do not want me to get rumbly in my tumbler. Oh, I am your little black rain cloud. You know why my friends call me Pooh? 'Cause I'm the shit, punk ass! Eeyore walks up, bitches ain't shit. And in this evening's news, gangland violence erupts on the 100-acre wood as 32 are found dead and stuffed in honey pots. It's apparently the work of the notorious Winnie the Pooh Jackson. One survivor at the scene simply kept repeating, he had a heffalump, man. He had a mother-loving heffalump. In other news this evening, comedian Phil Johnson avoids any hacky references that rhyme with Tigger.
You're listening to OurCityRadio.com, the comedy station.
Hello.
Hola, my name is Carmen, and I was told to call you because I wanted to learn to speak French.
Oh, well, great.
I already speak Spanish, and I already speak a little bit of English. But
Well, that would be
I
great.
wanted to learn to speak French because I heard like it's like a romantic language.
It's one of the Romance languages, and if you already speak Spanish, it could be a lot easier for you.
Oh, fabulous, mamacita.
So you want to take private lessons, or do you have someone else who wants to learn with you, or...
No, it's just me, mamacita, because like recently I just started getting into like French men, you know what I mean?
Oh, boy, if you want to learn French just to speak to a nice French boy?
Exactly. I want to like move to France and start just like getting crazy, you know what I mean?
Oh, so you want to learn to go to France?
Oh, I love French bread, and I love French fries, and French dressing.
French fries aren't really French,
and
so...
French toast, and French
toast.
kissing. Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
oh,
Hello?
oh. Hello?
Hello?
Hola, this is Carmen. I believe we were disconnected. I wanted to get some French lessons.
You really want to take French lessons?
I do, Mama. I was really excited about it. I'm sorry if I got too excited.
You're
I'm
serious
just
about the
really
French
all
lessons?
about it because I want to go to another country and I want to meet different men.
What is your time frame?
How do
And
you
we
say?
set up
How do you
lessons.
say? What kind of car do you drive to a French man?
Quel type de voiture que tu conduis?
Oh, and how do you say if you have a back seat? I have the time.
Now, those are things that are a little more advanced.
And how do you say? Are you done drinking that bottle of champagne? Because I can make the bottle disappear.
I've really got to go.
I'm ready. Hello.
Hello?
What's the problem? I just wanted to get some French lessons, okay?
Look, ma'am, if you're really serious about
I'm
getting lessons, I
serious,
will teach
okay?
you, but you don't sound like you're serious.
How do you say let's take a shower? Oh, my bad. You can't say take a shower together in French because they don't shower, huh?
You know what? You need to stop.
It's true.
When you want to have real French lessons and learn a little bit about French culture, I teach
What
culture
is the
involved with that
problem?
culture.
I want to get to know French anatomy.
You know what? You need to stop calling here, okay?
How do you
Goodbye.
say, police officer, can I use your nightstick? Hello? Oh, what's the problem?
So I live down in Oakland now. I love Oakland. It's a great city. Very diverse city. It's diverse enough that it makes it hard to be racist sometimes. Like if you're driving down the street and somebody cuts you off, you're just like, God damn you! Filipinos? Is that what I'm dealing with here? Or close? No, I'm half Honduran and half Korean. Sorry. Didn't even know you could do that. Oakland's about a quarter white, quarter black, quarter Asian, quarter Hispanic. So if you were single in Oakland, 75% of your matches are going to be a different ethnic group. If you are not involved in an interracial relationship, statistically, you're racist. Having grown up in California, I really don't understand the racism that you see in a lot of the other parts of the country. Like I was reading about this case in Pennsylvania where a bunch bunch of white teenagers beat up a Mexican immigrant. I'm reading the story, and it says racial tensions were at an all-time high in the area as the local Hispanic population had exploded to 10%. 10%. That must be so terrifying. Only outnumbering the people you're scared of by 9 to 1. Think about that. That is a town where for every Mexican, there's a baseball team of white people. Not only do you outnumber the 9 to 1, but you have bats. I think other parts of the country just get way too much credit for the racism. Oh, the South doesn't like black people. Arizona doesn't like Mexicans. That's overrated racism. You know what? Try being racist in Oakland. Try being racist in a city where people speak 140 different languages. Do you have any idea how much research that takes? Where I live, I have a bunch of Bosnian neighbors. I have no idea what to hate about them. What, like I'm supposed to get to understand their culture and learn them as individuals? Please, like I have that kind of time? Like I don't even know what Bosnian stereotypes are. Like, you know, Bosnian disgusting people have pubic hair like yak in wintertime. That could be real. That could be a real Bosnian stereotype. You don't know? Like you did the reading? You can't get away with the normal shit here that you can in other places. You can't just be like, go back to your country. Go back to both of your countries. Go back to Honduras and Korea. Split time between the two. You probably want to stay out of Honduras during storm season. That's like June through November. Winters in Korea can be really rough, especially if you're in the lower part of the country, it can get down to like 20 below. So winter in Honduras, spend your summers in Korea, and you can maybe think about alternating during the spring. Like, I made you a chart. My great-grandmother's from Italy. And you're going to tell me this after you can clearly see it, the chart's been laminated?
Excuse me? Could you please, increase the snare? Great. Thanks. 10:30 on a Friday, my friend says to me, you wanna go to the club? I say, not really. So we get to the club and the place is happening. The cover's $10, so I spend my last Hamilton drinking top shelf. Really makes a statement, but with my bank account, you find me in the basement. The man at the bar wants to know what I like. Anything that boosts self-esteem would be nice.
It's like a garbage dump because of all these dirty guys. People wasting paper and recycling all their lines.
It's like a hot oven and there's people in my face. A concentration camp, but I can't think straight. I'd rather be on Facebook, but that's for later. To look at people's pictures with a roll of tissue paper. I've got no money, only basic TV. I can't pay for porn, at least the pop-ups are free. I'll give my magazines if I'm feeling lazy. Sears catalog, sometimes Macy's. I know it's not classy, but I have an addiction. I like Victoria's Secret, but I need a subscription. Now none of the girls want to even look at me, and this kind of thing doesn't help my self-esteem. I have to look busy so that people think I'm fine. I go to the urinal to try and clear my mind. This guy walks in, still drinking his scotch.
What's up?
And now I can't go, cause I know I'm being watched. I pretend I'm finished and I go to the sink. But this guy knows I didn't do anything. I leave the men's room and I stand on the side. There's urine in my bladder and there's tears in my eyes. My friend says, hey, you wanna grab a Jack and Coke? But I'm still swallowing the sadness in my throat. My friend says, do you wanna go and get a bite? But food could never fill the emptiness inside. I just want someone who understands me, and it's so hard sometimes. Oh, God! My father never loved me, he was never there. I can't talk to girls cause my mommy never cared. I'm afraid of having issues after taking off my pants. I think I'm premature, but I've never had the chance. All these hot girls make me horny and depressed, and it's not good to jerk it when you're feeling upset. But I go back to my house still thinking about the skanks. Then I sit down on the toilet seat facing the tank.
You know, but there's always new social issues, new things to learn. Okay, like my girlfriend works in a library, and the other day we were talking about the new children's books that are for children of gay parents, right? Harvey Fierstein put out one called The Sissy Duckling. Okay, so it's like an old story, new framework, great, I get it. There's another one called One Dad, Two Dads, Brown Dads, Blue Dads. Blue Dads, sir. It's a nice sentiment, but maybe we shouldn't mix up cultural diversity with asphyxia. You know, that's not a good thing. That's a trip to the doctor. Dad needs to take his green nuts and his blue face and go to the doctor. That's not good. But you know, if you stood up in a California coffee shop and went, "That man is blue," some hippie would stand up and be like, "Why you gotta be like that, man? You know, why? You don't know, dude. Like, maybe his parents are from Pandora, man. You just don't know, right?" And at that point, I would have to go, "Call an ambulance, hippie!" But if any of you are aspiring children's writers, this is really, it's a wide open market. There's lots of titles that haven't been done yet. There's Tales of a Fourth Grade Drag Queen. There's how Horton Hears a Plea for Equality. How the Grinch Stole Pride Day. Are you there, Ellen DeGeneres? It's me, Margaret. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. The only difference from the traditional story is that when the three bears find Goldilocks in the house, they're just not that interested in eating her. And my personal favorite, this is the one that I'm waiting for, by Curious George. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. Somebody get on that. How many of you guys are in like long-term relationships, like 2-3 weeks? What'd you say? 40? Did you say 47? Oh, 27. I was going to say, but you don't look like you're 100 years old. So, this mic stand is having some weird problems. All right, anyway, when you've been in a relationship for a while, you have to keep things interesting, you know. And there's all the relationship experts and the sex experts, and they always play games and role play and all this stuff. Bullshit. But I listened to them a little bit, and I wrote a little song about, you know, keeping that relationship interesting. So I hope you like it. Baby, we got a love life. Shame all others. You and me go great together, like chocolate and peanut butter. But baby, let's flip the script, change it up a little bit. Let's have bad porno sex. I'll leave my socks on for you. Bad porno sex. Waka chicka, get it, you. Bad porno sex. We'll have you wrapped around my fingers like a teenage runaway, banging a homely middle-aged dude for money. You'll be my lady, I'll be your overly hairy man. You are my baby, I'll give you some bad meat in the can. You'll have a spray on tan. Let's have bad porno sex. I've got a hole in the pizza box. Bad porno sex. What could you do when the pizza boy knocks? Bad porno sex in a nondescript hotel room. You're a straight F college girl. I'm a morally ambiguous professor. Let's pretend that you just got some really bad plastic boobs. Nipples that point in the wrong direction get me harder than a Rubik's Cube. You be the housewife and I'll be the plumber that snakes your drain. Let's have bad porno sex. We'll flop around till our interest wanes. Bad porno sex. won't have any stains. Bad porno sex. I'm not sure I could have planned that any better. Bad porno sex will leave us both unsatisfied, which really only means we'll have to do it again, but after South Park. 'Cause baby, I don't miss my South Park for nothing. Yeah, I really like when little Cartman goes, hey, you guys, I really think that's funny. And right now, that's more entertaining than your vagina. When Kenny's dead, I'll bend you over. When Kenny's dead, I'll bend you over. Sing it if you know it. When Kenny's dead, I'll bend you over. Just the ladies one time. When Kenny's dead, I'll bend you over. Oh, nice. You're like a choir of angels. One more time. Oh, maybe not. Just the guys. Go. Ooh, like the choir of rapists. Good job. For some bad porno sex. Thank you very much. If you understood all the references in that, you're a pervert. And if you didn't, you're not using the internet correctly. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Well, I feel real good seeing this many people out having a good time doing this vacation. I didn't realize it was so bad until I went to Las Vegas. Now, they've opened up a new casino for people on welfare. Now, when you put a food stamp in the slot machine and it lands on 3 babies, you win a block of cheese. Hey! Now, while I was there, I went to the nightclub. Now, ladies, you know how it feels when a guy comes over and asks you to dance, and he is not your type. But that's your song. So you get on the dance floor with them anyway, right? Then we get an attitude with them, just in case someone else is checking us out. Oh, he is not with me. Then you start thinking, wait a minute. This man might have a job. Hey! Man, I had a doctor's appointment today. Now, ladies, what's the first thing we do when they put us in the room and tell us to get undressed? Look around and say, now where am I going to hide my panties? Don't you roll them up and stick them in your purse? Or you tuck them down in your shoe? I hid my panties so well there, I still can't find them. So expensive to get in the nightclubs now. Because you pay $10 and $15 to get in the club and nobody asks you to dance. Now, the best thing that ever happened to those people were the electric slides. There was 2 things I hated about that dance. I was always next to somebody about 5 feet tall, 265 pounds, just tired and complaining. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Ooh, Jesus. Ooh, here come the hard part. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord, hey. Ooh. Oh. Ooh, I'm going to wait here till they get back. Shay, bring me some buffalo wings.
And now, a clip of another rejected Super Bowl commercial. The cast of Jersey Shore or Mountain Dew.
Hey, this is JWoww.
When I'm on the Jersey Shore and I'm not doing a dude, I'm doing the dew. Mountain Dew. This drink is awesome. This drink is awesome. This drink is almost as awesome as me. J-Wow. Right, Snooky? That's right, J-Wow. Mountain Dew is good. And it goes with all these different liquors I'm drinking. It's sweet and it's got a nice punch to it.
We got a situation.
Hi!
Yo, here's the situation. Take it from the Mountain Dew. Drink Mountain Dew.
That was another rejected Super Bowl commercial.
Even my kids' friends have iPhones. It's ridiculous. And I'm almost 35, so I'm just getting to that age where I can start complaining about kids these days. But I'm desperately trying not to. Because I know the generation of 8-year-olds that are growing up with iPhones, in 30 years, they're going to be complaining about kids these days. Damn you kids and your neural implants. When I was your age, if I wanted information into my brain, I had to move my eyes around and read words one at a time. Sometimes the words were big and scary, and I had to get out the second book just to look up the words from the first book so I could understand what that one says. You kids and your neural implants, downloading information instantly into your brain, just don't appreciate how good you have it. In another 30 years, that generation of kids is going to be complaining. Damn you kids and your telepathic communication. When I was your age, if I wanted to express ideas, I had to force air out of my lungs. Move my lips and mouth around. Pay attention to body language. You lazy kids and your telepathic communication will never understand the awkwardness of trying to kiss somebody at the end of a weird first date. I think it probably goes back the other way too. You go back a couple 100,000 years, you had adults complaining, damn you kids and your opposable thumbs. When I was your age, if I wanted to pick something up, I had to make a friend.
Kitchen.
Hola, this is Carmen. I ordered some food from you guys like an hour and a half ago. I just took a bite out of my chicken breast strip.
Yeah.
And there's like a bone in it. And it says it's supposed to be boneless, but it has a bone. And English is my second language, but I thought boneless meant without any bone.
You ordered the hickory smoked boneless?
Exactly.
Are you sure it's a bone and not just a piece of the chicken, or?
Of course, Papacito. I know what a bone is. Trust me.
Okay. Is there anything we can do? I don't know.
Yes, there is, Papacito. There's a bone in my chicken that's supposed to be boneless. What if I choke to death? I'm here by myself. No one would be able to save me or give me the Heimlich maneuver. So if I choke to death, that would be on your conscience. Chicken boy,
Miss,
do you understand that?
I do. I'm just answering the phones, miss. I didn't prepare the meal.
It doesn't matter if you didn't prepare the meal. You're the one asking me, are you sure it was a bone, pendejo? Of course it was a bone. Hello?
Kitchen, can I help you?
Hola, this is Carmen. I believe we were disconnected.
Look, miss, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to see what we can do here, and you're insulting me, and I don't really appreciate it.
Excuse me, you're the one asking me if it was really a bone. Hello, what could it be? It was a toothpick. It was a toothpick inside the frickin' chicken breast, okay?
All right, what can I do?
Either way, I almost choked on it, and it's your fault. It's your fault. No, I don't want a new meal. If you give me a new meal, I might die this time. Hello?
Kitchen.
Hola, this is Carmen. Listen to me.
Stop yelling at me.
No, stop yelling. Shut up, okay?
What do you want me to do? What could I possibly do at this point
you can
to
stop
make your
having
life
the
a little
sarcastic and all like glib, okay? You're just pissed off because the only legs and thighs and breasts you feel are on a chicken.
Look, I'm trying to...
No, you're not trying anything, okay? You're just jealous, all right?
I'm not... What the hell am I jealous
of? Because you're always choking your chicken, and now your chicken almost choked me. Oh, hello.
Thanks. Good to be here. So I was riding home to Brooklyn one night on the F train. The F train a lot? Yeah. I was riding the F train. It was like 2 in the morning, and there was this enormous homeless guy sprawled out. You've all seen this, sleeping on the seats and stuff. And I was like, oh, whatever. He doesn't have a home. It's a big deal. But then he woke up, and he was enormous. I mean, he was huge. He was 6 feet 5 inches. He weighed 273 pounds. And I know this because I weighed and measured him. So there he was. He's sleeping, and he wakes up, right? And he just unzips his pants, pulls out his penis, and starts cleaning against the door.
It's a true story, and everyone freaked out. And I was telling my friend this story, and my friend actually said to me, well, Patrick, it's too bad that he was so much bigger than you. To which I replied, why? To which he replied, well, if he was your size or smaller, you could have done something. And my friend's right. Whenever I see someone peeing in public, I ask myself one question. Patrick, can you take this guy?
You're listening to San Francisco, Our City Radio, the Comedy Channel.
People with confidence. You know, like, here's a story of confidence. I was sitting at a stoplight one day, and kitty corner was one of these dudes who swings a sign. Right, you've seen them. Now, first of all, he's swinging a sign for Savers, which, if you don't know, is a thrift store, okay? And I'm not talking vintage clothing. I'm talking a thrift store. Like, you can get a three-piece suit for 50 cents if you don't mind the smell of formaldehyde, okay? That kind of place. Now, here's the first thing. Those sign guys, they get about $10 an hour, okay? And the average sale at Savers is about $4 probably, which means for this to be a profitable venture, every hour, 2.5 people have to see that sign and go, you know what? I don't have enough clothes that smell like other people. I just don't think it's going to work, you know? So anyway, here's dude, and he's swinging his sign. Next to him on the corner is this very pretty girl, and he is macking on her. He's hitting best line. He's got his A game going. That is confidence, my friends. Because speaking in evolutionary terms, the object of dating and mating is to pass on our strongest, most effective traits and genes to our offspring. And dude seems to think that this is one of those traits. And I'm watching. I'm trying to read his lips just to see if his best line is, what's your sign? You know, because that's... No. I'm a swinger. How about you? No. Dude, don't do that. You know? I did see him do this. He's like, oh, this is only my day job. Don't worry. On the weekends, I'm a guide at the arena parking lot. And I'm watching the girl, and she's kind of backing away from the whole thing, right? But I can see the wheels turning in her head, and she's looking at this guy, thinking about her engineer boyfriend at home, and looking at this guy and thinking, at least this one's got a job. Because it's a job, and I don't understand how there's like you have to go to an interview to get this job, okay? Like, did they go, what do you think you can bring to the company? Arms? What do you need? You know, how difficult is it? I mean, I went to one of the websites just out of curiosity, and it said, no experience required, we'll train you. Now, from what I hear, a lot of people that do this job are elderly or handicapped or infirmed in some way, but I think even the most retarded dude would look at that and go, how stupid do you think I am? You know, what kind of multi-week boot camp do you have to go through to learn this job? All right, hold the sign. Good, got it. What's next? That's it? You couldn't have gotten a staple gun to do this job? You know, why aren't they out recruiting panhandlers? Those guys have work experience. I just don't think they want to take the pay cut. I think that's the problem right there. You know. This is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for one of these companies to be sued for employment discrimination by a dude with no arms. Because then they're going to have to hire him, and he's just going to have to tie the sign to his belt and go. And then he can spin it. Because it's the spinning guys that freak me. These sign spinning guys, they're like the irritating, blinking internet ad banner of the real world. I mean, aren't they? And it can't possibly work. How many times have you been sitting in a car with somebody and you go, oh my gosh, look at that guy spin that sign. That's incredible. Yeah, no, I don't know what it says either. I want to know where they learn these tricks. Is there a website? Is there an apprentice system of some sort? Is there some failed dance teacher going, 5, 6, 7, 8? competition for these guys somewhere out there. Sure enough, quick Google search brought up last December's Science Spinning Championship, sponsored by Virgin. Yes, because you know most of them are, right? And, now, the object of this competition was to find the world's best science spinner, and they had 24 contestants from San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, Phoenix, and Las Vegas. World's best. They didn't even get off the West Coast. Who are they kidding? We don't know who's out there. There could be some guy with a sign in a shack in Bosnia going, Igor's world's best! Could be anybody out there, you know. I mean, there's enough advertising in sports already. Now advertising is the sport. We're going to have to watch competitive coupon clipping next, you know. This is a sport for people who don't think NASCAR has sold out enough yet. And I know we've turned chefs and poker players into rock stars. I suppose these idiots could be next. But if we ever have to hear the phrase, and the gold medal in science spinning goes to, I think at that point even the curlers are going to go, that's not a sport. Now I did see, I saw the list of the top 10 science spinners in the San Francisco Bay Area. The number one is named Dijon Rice. I don't have a joke for that. It just sounds really yummy. I think I had that for lunch. Number 10 was my favorite. Number 10 was a gentleman by the name of Elvis Aaron Presley Binkstein. There's a lesson here for any parents in the audience tonight. If you give your kid a stupid name, they're going to have a stupid job. Because you're never going to hear President Banks. Just left the building. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Now, the company that put on this little contest, they have a slogan on their website that says, "Spin to live, live to spin." Yeah, there's an aspiration in life to be a professional eyesore. Let's just visualize the inspirational made-for-TV movie on this one, shall we? You know, starts off in the future, a little kid talking to his granddad. Granddad, when you were young, did you go to the war? No, boy, I had a much more important job. I told people about Pulte condos. Flashback to high school. Dad, I'm quitting the football team. I really feel it's my life's work to tell people that Bed Bath & Beyond is closing. And then at the end, the inevitable slow-motion action shots for the competition when he's going... End scene. Thank you.
We're sponsored today by Enjoy Vegetarian. Yes, that's the name of the restaurant, Enjoy Vegetarian. It is a vegetarian, vegan, actually, Chinese restaurant. The food is amazing. You never know there was no meat there for you meat eaters. I recently had to turn vegan, and I had no choice but to eat vegan, and I found this is one of the most amazing places with all their quote-unquote meat items on there. Are meatless, but taste just like what they say they are. Go Enjoy Vegetarian, 3 different locations, one in Chinatown, one on Geary, and one in the Sunset.
We needed a good sex scandal, because I watched the Republican convention. You know what they did? They had every person Mitt Romney had ever gone to church with come up and talk about how awesome he was. And it was effective. I have to say, all the religions started by convicted scam artists. I think Mormonism is definitely my favorite. I mean, maybe top 5. Isn't it amazing how every recent religion, every religion with a paper trail, clearly bullshit? You take Mormonism. Mormonism Mormonism was a religion started by a convicted con man who said he found these magical plates that nobody ever saw, written in a language that didn't exist, telling a story for which there was no evidence. So he could go around and bang all his friends' wives. Speaking of apocalypse, Jehovah's Witnesses in 150 years have predicted the end of the world 10 times. They should have been right by accident. Or Scientology. Scientology was a religion started by a professional writer who went around bragging for years that the best way to get rich was to start your own religion. And then he did! How did nobody see that coming? Scientology teaches that millions of years ago, all these aliens were brought to the bases of volcanoes, and they were bombed. And the souls of these dead aliens float around in the sky, and sometimes they get stuck in your head, and that's why you do bad things. And that if you pay the church enough money, they'll pull them out for you. If you were a writer, a professional writer, your religion should not sound like a game of Mad Libs. I need a person, alien. I need a place, volcano. I need a number, all your money. Any religion with a paper trail, clearly bullshit. Which is why churches have to keep sending missionaries to places people can't read.
Hola, my name is Carmen. I was wondering if you guys had already filled the position.
I'm sorry?
Have you guys already filled the position?
We're not hiring right now. What position were you applying for?
For the person that makes the holes in the donuts?
Excuse me?
I was told you guys were looking for a donut hole puncher.
No.
I'm available. I was wondering if you guys were hiring. I used to do it all the time.
Bill Donut Hole says? Are you out of your
No,
mind?
I want to be the guy that puts the holes in the donuts.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello? Donut?
Hola, this is Carmen. I believe we were disconnected.
Oh.
I was told that you guys were hiring, and all I had to do was lay there, and then you guys would like put the donuts on me, and I just punch holes in them.
That's not how you make
Oh,
donuts.
but yes, it is how you make donuts. I was told you only had to lay there.
No, there's no
And then
laying
you
there.
just put the dough in, and I just punch a hole through it.
With what?
With my...
Oh, okay. You know what?
Hello?
Donut.
First of all, you're getting all angry at me, okay? Because
You're cursing at me.
I'm not cursing.
You're
I was
saying
just
you're gonna
explaining
put
to you.
our donuts.
Oh!
And I don't really want...
Listen
I
to
don't think you
me.
understand how
Listen to
offensive that
me. I used to live in Hawaii. How do you think we used to get the holes in the canned pineapples?
You know what? Stop. Just stop.
Stop yelling at me. Hello?
Donut, how can I help you?
Hola, this is Carmen. Listen to me. Maybe the technique's different there, okay? But I'm just telling you what I used to do, okay?
Okay, you know what? You need to stop calling here.
Stop yelling at me. Listen to me. Fine.
No, I can't listen to you.
I don't want to be the donuts guy then anymore, okay? Hello?
What?
Maybe I can help you glaze them then.
Okay, are you being disgusting?
Yes? Oh! Hello?
Hey there you were, knocking on my door. Lady told me that I have a new child. I guess I lied about being the father a bunch of times. This kid's looking right, looking good, looking like my daughter should. So why is it so hard for me, yeah, to tell you the truth every once in a while? Sorry I lied about the baby. Don't you sweat it. Everything gonna be paid for you. You know I got it. So now you'll get it. I'm the daddy. That's my baby. I'm the dad of baby Quinn. Now I'm the one guy that she'll come running to when her butt needs diapering. I'll pay big money to this young honey. I'll cut a deal, I'll make a plan. I'm the daddy, that's my baby. Who's the father? I'm the man.
I'm from Alabama, yeah, you know where that is. I was having dinner with the wife and the kids. Too many biscuits, I was bursting at the seam. But then I saw dessert, it was apple pie and ice cream. I had to take a shit, there was nothing else to do. Because I had seconds, I was doing number 2. I need to unload when I have all the modes. And all that hot roast made a lot of compost, yes it did. Man, I had to take a shit. For lunch I had a salad, it was spinach and beets. Orange juice for breakfast and cream of wheat. I'm trying to be healthy, so I'm eating lighter. Gives you that feeling of too much fiber. I had to take a shit and I couldn't prevent. Everyone could hear my southern accent. I ran down the hall with my belt expanded. I got to the stall, but the leather was branded. Yes, it was. When I'm facing east at the rising sun, the weather vane points the other direction. It's not your business if I'm made of that smell. That's why I'm in favor of don't ask, don't tell. Please don't tell. It comes comes in all types, anytime around the clock. Soft like a Mayflower, hard as Plymouth Rock. So I went to the doctor feeling like a fool. He sat me on a chair and asked me for my stool. I had to take a shit, it was out of my power. The pull kept going for 2.7 hours. All that Mexican produced a large specimen. It was so vast, you could see into the past. If I put it into words, it would be a strong statement. I made a big deposit, so they waived the co-payment. Yes, they did. Man, I had to take a shit.
Kids, like I said, 3 daughters. 3 daughters, ridiculous hair, I'm a comedian, used to live in San Francisco. That makes me pretty much the entire cast of Full House. But I always tell women right away that I have kids, because I know a lot of women can be intimidated by the idea of being with a worldly, sophisticated man who has had sex 3 times previously. It's true. I'm terrified that if I have too much sex, it's going to give me a small penis. You know how when women sleep around, they start to get a little bit loose downstairs? What no one ever talks about is the exact same thing happens to men. Frankly, I don't want to hit 40 and be stuck with some tiny, narrow penis because it's been crushed by so many vaginas. And at that point, you're down to chasing around hippies, trying to convince them the only reason it's so small is because it's organic. They will pay twice as much for you. But that has to be true. If sex makes vaginas loose, sex has to make penises tiny. That's basic physics. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. You can't have one without the other. You're not arguing with me, you're arguing with Isaac Newton. You want to argue with Isaac Newton? That's such a weird thing that we say. Like, too many penises, that'll ruin a vagina. You guys know the babies come out of there, right? Like, nobody went to a Christian school, I just ruined the entertainment. But babies come out of vaginas, and I don't care how well hung you are, there is no one in this room with a penis the size of a baby. No one in here has an 8-pound, 22-inch long penis. What would you even do with that? Exactly. There's no response. The best you can hope for is that she throws it over her shoulder and burps it. It's so weird that we say that. It's almost like we make up stories just because we're uncomfortable with women making decisions about themselves. If that were the case, then we'd be arguing about rape and women's health and birth control in our politics, and we're not doing that, obviously. Bunch of sluts. I think slut is the stupidest insult in the English language. Because 99% of the time, when someone calls someone else a slut, what they're really saying is, I'm angry that you have sex. And most of the time, that really means, I'm angry that you have sex without me. So I'm a single dad. I was married for about 10 years. Because I spent that whole 10 years raising kids and working and going to school, I had no idea how to be single. So when you get thrown back out in the dating world after that, man, it is culture shock. I remember being out on dates and we'd be finishing up dinner and my date would ask me, well, what is there to do around here? I'm drawing on my vast experience and be like, well, I know there's this fantastic playground down the street. It's got this awesome twisty slide. And it's a really cool tire swing. So like right next door there's this ice cream place. Oh, for grown-ups? No idea. And crayons, are you too old to color? Pick up some bad habits as a parent. Like at some point, I didn't mean to do this, but I started referring to myself in the third person as daddy. Just not nearly as cute when you start dating again. You ready? His daddy's gonna be there at 9 o'clock. Make sure you put on something nice for daddy. I had this woman over recently. I'm making her dinner, bring out the plates, I set them down, and just out of habit, I start cutting up her food. She looks at me and says, "What are you doing?" And I had to explain to her, this knife is sharp. Daddy doesn't want you to cut yourself. Thank you guys. I'm Matt Gumpster.
Very exciting. My brother and his wife had a baby boy. They asked me to be the godfather. I didn't realize during the ceremony you have to renew your baptismal vows in front of the whole congregation. So they call you out there on the altar. They start firing questions at you. Do you reject Satan? I do. And all his works? I'm not familiar with all his works. But I'm not a fan. We have a new pope. You guys like that guy? Yeah, some people do. He's not making a lot of appearances, right? The old pope was popping up all the time. Even when he was dying, right? They wheel him out there. It was like a Hitchcock film. He was there, and then he was gone. It was like a whodunit. That was kind of a weird time, though, right? The Pope was dying, Michael Jackson on trial. Tough times for the pedophilia industry, huh? Yeah. When it rains, it pours. I think Michael Jackson gets too much press, though. He's one guy. The Catholic Church is like the Microsoft of pedophilia. Like giants in the industry. He's running a mom-and-pop operation with, like, Ferris wheel, couple llamas. I mean, Shimon. And I blame the parents for letting the kid sleep over his house. You know, that's ridiculous to let your kid sleep over Michael Jackson's house. Because they were seduced by fame. That's what it came down to. They were seduced by fame because it was Michael Jackson. I'm pretty sure if Jermaine or Tito had a sleepover, there'd be a lot of no's on that e-bike. A lot of leftover Jesus juice at that jamboree. Jesus juice, that was brilliant. You know, priests had to be like, damn, why didn't we think of that? Right in front of us the whole time. I think the Jackson family works for the government. That's my new theory. I think every time the government needs distraction, they call it the Jacksons. Yeah, hello, Janet. We're going to need you to whip out a titty at the Super Bowl. Yeah. Yeah, and tell Michael to schedule a sleepover ASAP. Operation Beat It is in effect. But let's not lose sight of the real tragedy here, which is that Michael Jackson's music kind of sucks now. I think we'd all be willing to sacrifice a couple of kids for another Billie Jean. Hey, at this point, I'd be willing to look the other way for a PYT. Greatness has its price.
Put your hands together and help me bring to the stage Matt Gumpster!
You guys sound like you're having a good time. Woo was the proper response there. Much better. I appreciate the professionalism. It is good to be here recording my live CD 4 weeks before the end of the world. That's what they say, comedy is all about timing. So, I'm excited about the apocalypse, the world ending December 21st. I really think you have to look at the apocalypse as half full. Personally, I haven't used a condom for the last 8 months. If there's anything I remember from Bible Trump can't, because apocalypse is the only 100% effective form of birth control. And if the Republicans have their way, the only one that will be covered by your health insurance. Man, it's hard to believe that it's already going to be the apocalypse. Doesn't it seem like just yesterday was the rapture? Most of you guys listening to this in the future, we had a big preacher man spent $100 million last spring saying that Jesus would come back. We had billboards up everywhere. There were people handing out pamphlets. And you guys are never going to guess how it ended. So despite that falling through, I had a pretty good rapture. I had a show that night. And I thought that it would be funny to do my show in costume as Jesus Christ. I like to think that I have a gift for blasphemy. And if God gives you a gift, it's disrespectful not to. Not everybody agreed with me that night. So I'm out there on stage, I'm in my robe, on my sandals, and I have 2 tables of people get up and leave the building. Which I don't really understand. If you don't like people making fun of your beliefs, maybe you shouldn't believe in hilarious things. Like I said, 2 tables got up and left, so technically, on the rapture, I made more people disappear than Jesus.
You're listening to San Francisco, Our City Radio, the Comedy Center.
Worst thing that happened since Katrina and Superstorm Sandy. Michael Douglas got cancer from eating pussy. Oh my God! He got cancer from eating pussy. What next? Sucking dick gives you Alzheimer's? Warning, the Surgeon General has determined this is not fit for human consumption. Contains carcinogens and fungal cancer and laboratory animals and famous Hollywood actors. And then you know what's going to happen. All the hippies are going to come out and they're going to be like, I'm secondhand pussy cancer. Excuse me, sir. Are you eating pussy there? I think you might not care about your own health, but I care about my health and the health of my children. Would you please get that pussy out? hot to find the right guy, right? Ladies, there is a class of men out there that does not care what you look like, okay? They're called geeks. Geeks do not care if you're hot. Geeks care that you don't have a penis. That's pretty much the requirement right there. But you can't just like go out and like lasso yourself a geek. It doesn't work like that, okay? There are certain seduction techniques that must take place. So I wrote a little instructional piece of music for the ladies, and this is how my girlfriend got me. Because with this shirt, it's either geek or douchebag, okay? I'm going with geek. You don't have to be anorexic like a teenage pop star, and it's totally cool if you've got some scars. If you want to be sure that you'll wed, play the Imperial March when he comes to bed. Alright? He'll be the world's most faithful suitor when he sees the tattoo of Captain Kirk on your hooters. With the geek by your side, even if your butt is wide, you can roll with pride through the Ren Fair. With the geek, you'll be fine. You can look like Frankenstein. He will not decline. You're the answer to his prayer. The geeks don't care. That's the dramatic part. You like that? If you dress like slave girl, Princess Leia, there's a really good chance that he'll wanna lay ya. A king-size bed with Harry Potter sheets. Call him Lord Vader when he skeets, skeets, skeets. Wait till you see the video. He'll always be the with the geek, you'll be glad, because Paul didn't think that bad. Sigourney Weaver looks totally rad, an alien with no hair. With the geek, you'll be on track, even with your hairy back. He'll supply you with what you lack, a lifetime supply of nair. The geeks don't care. He's a 5, you're a 5. Together you're a 10. Some hot geek love is set to begin. Yeah, with the geek you'll be hot. It's just a little jungle rot. Just flash him a little coin slot. He'll forget it's there. With the geek, life is good. If you're breathing, he'll get wood. Lepers are misunderstood. You're just a trusty teddy bear. Geeks don't care. Thank you. Once again, if you understood every reference in that song, you're a nerd. Peter. Okay.
So we've got a special gal in here right now that she's come in a couple times but missed our show. So yay! First timers get a very special welcome. Okay. So please be very warm and embrace it for Tammy Power.
Leo, is this something for me? That you want for comedy night? You're talking to a girl? You're talking to me. Cool, what a fun-looking crowd you are. Give yourself a hand. You are a fun. I mean, my own personal kinky, partner-swapping, bisexual, BDSM, alpha submissive, fully functional, versatile, dog collar, nipple fence, anal beads, mild forms of asphyxia kind of fun. fun. And that's because I'm a bisexual woman born inside of a bisexual man's body. So if you ask me if I go out with guys and girls, the answer is yes.
Good evening, sir.
Question you have about my sexuality or my sexual prowess, before you can finish asking the question, the answer is yes. I look around the room and, yeah, you're cute, you're cute, you're cute, you're cute. That whole entire section one time, that would be a blast. More specifically, I'll go out with a good-looking woman if she has a sexy body, and I'll go out with a good-looking man if he has a sexy girlfriend. All my friends, they tell me, oh my God, you have so much courage, you transform your gender. And all my other friends tell me, oh my God, you have so much courage, you do stand-up comedy. So with all this courage to transform my gender, doing stand-up comedy, word has gotten out about me, and now the Marine Corps wants to recruit me. Yeah, seriously, I'm going to do away with don't ask, don't tell. And the new motto is going to be, if you can't tell, then don't ask. So everybody's going, oh my God, that transsexual's up there going, yeah, comedy, transsexual. You're like, I want to hear she. Well, it's either him or her. Except that one guy in the back, he's singing, I really don't care what else just to call you, I just want to fuck you in the ass. So I hope these three guys think of that. Or girl, it doesn't matter. So people have asked me, they say, hey, what's the difficult part about transforming gender? And well, I don't know about other two girls, but for me personally, it's I used to be this tough Italian guy from New York City. So I've had to relearn how to say things. Not so much getting a female voice, just in the actual things I used to say. For instance, what is now, oh, you're incorrect, and the woman who runs this world makes her money the old-fashioned way, used to be, fuck you, your mother's a whore. And what is now, oh, I choose to disagree with what you're telling me, used to be, suck my motherfucking dick. But some things are very difficult to change, no matter how much I try, old ways, you can't change them. So, what should be, well, I'm thinking about discussing with my doctor maybe the possibility about having a breast augmentation this summer, is still, I'm getting me some big fucking titties. But almost every guy I meet is absolutely stoked to find out that I think about blowjobs the same way I do now as I do when I was a man. See, when I was a man, and I was in a bar, and I was buying drinks for some little hottie, and thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, I just bought you a few drinks, the least you can do is suck my dick. But now that I'm the hottie in the bar, and the guys are buying me the drinks, I still think, well, you know, if you can buy me a few drinks, the least I can do is let them suck my dick. Trainings here. Not because this town is so liberal and they're accepting of trainings. It's what I get to say to homeless people when they ask me for money. When I'm walking down the street, they're like, hey, can you spare some change? I'm like, pal, I'm transforming my gender from male to female. How much more fucking change you want from that? I'm taking power. Thank you very much.
Recently, I was watching the show on the Discovery Channel about gangs, and they sent a journalist into the LA chapter of the Bloods to interview him, right? And so the guy is talking to this just big, mean-looking, ripped, mean-looking gangbanger dude who's wearing a Winnie the Pooh t-shirt. And I was like, yes, that's awesome! Shit, Winnie the Pooh wears red, just like the Bloods do. He could be a gang member, knocking over grocery stores for honey. Going, you do not want me to get rumbly in my tumbleweed. Oh, I am your little black rain cloud. You know why my friends call me Pooh? 'Cause I'm the shit, punk ass! Eeyore walks up, bitches ain't shit. And in this evening's news, gangland violence erupts on the 100-acre wood as 32 are found dead and stuffed in honey pots. It was apparently the work of the notorious Winnie the Pooh Jackson. One survivor at the scene simply kept repeating, he had a heffalump, man. He had a mother-loving heffalump. In other news this evening, comedian Phil Johnson avoids any hacky references that rhyme with Tigger.
When I first moved up to the Bay Area, I moved into an all-black neighborhood. So I just moved in, I'm down at the park, I'm playing basketball, and there's this group of little black kids who are just standing there staring at me. And after a few minutes, one of them yells out, he goes, "Hey, you live here?" I said, "Yeah." He turns to his friend, sex offender. I really wish there were more white people in the ghetto. Mainly because I get so tired of hearing flat-ass white girls complain about their ghetto booties. And oh my god, I am so fat, I can barely fit into my size too. That's such a big ass, such a ghetto booty. What ghetto was that? Auschwitz? We have Jew Throw. I don't know if we've worked our way down to Jew Booty. But Jew Booty's a country in Africa, though. That's probably the mix up. Excellent geography from the right side of the room. You learn a lot of interesting things when you live in the hood. Like, I don't know if you guys realize this, but black people are totally obsessed with the N-word. Black people assume that white people just say it all the time when they're not around. I can't even tell you the number of friends I've had who said, look, I know you say it. I know if you're in the car, you're by yourself, you're listening to a song, you got the windows rolled up, you hear it come on the song. I know you say that. First off, that's ridiculous. I don't even listen to country music. Second, why would I need to say that? I know the rules. I'm a white guy. I get paid a third more money for no reason whatsoever. I get to drive all the way down the street without getting pulled over. And in exchange, I don't get parades, and I can't say a word. It's a really good deal. You tell me if somebody approached you with that deal, you wouldn't take it? Like, you're going to pay me a third more money for no reason whatsoever? I just can't say one word? But, you know what? Pick the word. It surprised me. We're going to do it that way. It could be the word the. I will sign that contract on this dotted line, and we're golden. I wouldn't call anybody else the N-word, because I never know how to take it when people call me the N-word. Like, I was dating this black woman one time. Get that a lot? I was dating this black woman one time. And you know how sometimes when you're having sex, you get high, you can get a little bit ignorant? So, we're copulating. And the pace begins to quicken. And she just yells out. She goes, hit that nigga? And I was like, we're still talking about me, right? people have weird preconceptions about the Bay Area. I was talking to a friend of mine from Alaska recently. He was like, man, you must love being so close to San Francisco. You got all those Asian women. I love Asian women. They're so exotic. Like, first off, you're from Alaska. Human women are exotic. Second, over half the women on this planet are Asian. They're the least exotic women anywhere. If there was a chart of exotic women with the blue chicks with antennas Captain Kirk used to bang on Star Trek at one end, Asian women would be at the opposite end of that scale. Did you guys know that there's a continent full of countries where there are nothing but Asian women? It's called Asia. They have so many Asian women there that half the time when they get a new one, they just throw them away.
So I was talking about my girlfriend. My girlfriend is Chinese, and if you extrapolate that thought a little bit further, you will discover that her family is also Chinese. I'm a deep thinker. And despite the fact that they've known me for 17 years, they still treat me like a foreign exchange student at dinner. You know, her mother will not let me eat dinner with them without explaining every ingredient that's in every dish. And frankly, I don't want to know there's scary shit in there, okay? She'll be like, this one is chicken, and this one is pork, and this one is testicle. I'm like, whoa, hey, testicles, whoa. Whoa, I didn't even know fish had testicles, okay? That's when I put my chopsticks down. I put my fork down. They don't give the white kid chopsticks. You know? The waiter comes over and hands me a fork like I should be wearing a helmet. And I don't know if it's like carnivorous guilt or what, but it freaks me out when the dishes come to the table with the head still on them. Yeah, I know. Like the fish comes with the head and the lobster comes with the head. We were at a wedding reception and a chicken dish came with the chicken head. Just sitting there like garnish, like they ran out of freaking parsley, okay? And nobody ate it. It just kept going around and around on that little turntable thing. Just staring at you every time I went by. I'm just glad they only do it with small animals. They're not like, here's the shark fin soup, and you're like, that'd be dangerous. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like when you go to like a fancy seafood restaurant and they have you pick out your seafood from the tank to kill it for you, and you feel like, you know, an evil genius from a James Bond film going, kill that one. You know, like we don't do it. You don't go to like a steakhouse and they take you out in the pasture and you go, Bessie, you look good with cheese. No, it's not cool. We don't even do it with chickens, and chickens are stupid and ugly, but nobody wants to be overheard going, that one's got big breasts, kill it. That's also not a good pickup line. It doesn't work. I tried it. Yeah, it doesn't work. Write it down. Now, Chinese dinners always begin with soup, and it's always very good soup. And then dessert comes, and it's also soup. And I was like, we already had soup. And she's like, no, it's bean soup. It's dessert soup. I said, no bullshit. It's bean soup. I want pie. Because nobody walks into Baskin-Robbins and says, I'll have a scoop of bean, okay? It doesn't happen that way. One night it wasn't bean soup, though. One night it was tapioca soup. And if you've never had this, I'll be delicate as I can. Tapioca soup is the exact color and consistency of semen. Cold, slightly chunky semen. And she was like, you don't want yours? I'm like, No, I've seen 60 Minutes. If we piss off the chef, we don't know what's in here, okay? Somebody give me a black light. I gotta check this out. This is not good. Not happening. So then there's her whole family. Her whole family sucking down their tapioca soup, and all of a sudden our happy little Chinese family dinner has turned into a scene out of some weird Asian bukkake movie. Right? Like it's the Joy Fuck Club all of a sudden. I'm weirded out, right? It's the only time I have ever had the urge to both laugh and vomit at the same time, all right? And I'm like, I had to excuse myself. I'm like, I have to go anywhere. And now it's like, I got up and I'm headed towards the restroom, and I passed by the kitchen. There's 14 dudes picking up their pants. I was like, what the hell? making tapioca soup. It's like, oh, no, you don't. No, no, no. 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 Thank you.
Comedian is a very funny lady. Let's keep it going for Cheryl White.
Wow. We're a little. Sorry. He's not that little. I mean, I've heard. Hi. Hey. Wow, there's a lot of people actually here. Hi. Way back there. I used to be a high school English teacher. Now I'm going to give you the teacher stare, make you be quiet. Okay? I can't do that very well. That's why I'm a comedian now instead. But yeah. But so I still kind of do everything like a teacher. Like my first reaction was I was going to stare you down. It's like I can't help it. Being a teacher just is part of my personality now. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My first husband passed 12 years ago. My second husband failed 2 years ago. So now everything's just credit, no credit. It's a lot easier that way. So that means I'm dating, which is a little bit weird. I'm older and I'm in the dating circuit, and things have changed a little bit, as you know. I'm sure you all realize. There's this phenomenon, and I know you all know about it. I didn't, but there's this thing called dick pics. Do you know what I'm talking about? Sure. Yeah, totally. You all can just open your phones up here, guys. I know you know what I'm talking about. But there's this weird, like, kind of phenomenon that guys think is okay, and there's even like a rhythm to it, that they can show you their picture, you know. Well, first they start with a picture of like making themselves dress nice in the park, right? And then the second picture is a selfie in the mirror with like their, you know, with their shirt off showing their abs or their pony keg. Those are the guys trying to date me, right? And then the third is just their dick pic. It's like 1, 2 dick pics. And it's not that I don't want to see the dick. Sorry, son. But that's what happens when your kids are in the room. It's not that I don't want to see the dick, right? Okay, but the timing is all wrong. Okay, like for me, it might be, I don't know. The first picture might be like a screenshot of their bank statement, right? A picture of their big black car, right? And then the dick pic. Okay, there's still the rhythms there, but it's a little bit different, right? So I guess I recently have been accused of being a serial dater. And from that last story, you probably guess that that's true. And it is kind of true in a weird way, because I dated all the flakes, all the Fruit Loops, right? I tried Cocoa Puffs, but you do go back. And the dating scene is kind of set up weirdly like the cereal in the grocery store too. Like on the top shelf, there's the Bran and the Mueslix and the, you know, all the Marin guys, right? And on the bottom shelf, there's, you know, the guys who call me the saggy baggy 3 pounds for $1 cereal / pet food guys from the death stove. Yeah, but really what I aspire to is those guys like in the middle, you know, with the nice packaging and, you know, like Tony the Tiger, but he's really not so great either. And there was that affair with Captain Crunch, but that was an abusive relationship, and my mouth has never been the same. Yeah, that's awkward. Anyway, you know, so dating's a little bit crazy. I go on a lot of first dates. That's why I end up being a serial dater. Not a lot of second dates. I'll tell you, I went on a first date recently, and we were meeting at a flea market. We came from different ends of the flea market, and I looked up and recognized, you know, that it was the guy, and I kind of like, I mean, he was cute and all, but I lurched. I wasn't running towards him, seriously. But I lurched kind of sexy-like in his general direction and fell at a heap, you know, and it's literally ass over tea kettle at his feet in a pile. And he's like, "Are you Cheryl?" Yeah, that's me. And it was fine. You know, if you're like 20-something and you fall down in public, you know, your friends are like, oh, are you okay? Oh my God, it's so funny, right? But when you're 50 and you fall down in public, it's like you're on the set of ER. You're like, can I get you a back brace? Shouldn't you maybe take an aspirin? Do you want to sit down? It was horrible. I thought I stuck it. I stood up and bam, I'm fine, no problem. I didn't want to be that frail older woman, right? But literally, I think I had broken my thumb. I saved my phone, but my thumb went down in the process. And pretty soon I had to fess up, he bought me a popsicle. I tried to eat it, and I dropped in the dirt. And he's like, I would have got you a different flavor if you wanted. There's a lot of stuff like that. Eventually, I just fessed up and went home, and I told my son, my grown son, about it. And he said, yeah, that guy is never going to call you again. I said, that's not true. And so I madly texted him with my left thumb awkwardly and said, oh, my son said that you're never going to call me again. But we had fun. It was great, right? And he said, oh, yeah, that just means you're that much more endearing. Isn't that sweet? Yeah, he never called me again. Yeah, a lot of first dates. So let me tell you that when I taught high school, I taught in Humboldt County. How many people know where Humboldt County is? Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to teach high school where all the pot smokers are. Like that guy who flew me earlier, he's probably one of those kids. But one of my friends from Humboldt County does stand-up comedy, and every time he does a show, he tells the crowd that the best pot he ever smoked was in Humboldt County. And he's brilliant, because then people in the crowd want to smoke him out after the show and prove him wrong, and prove that they have better pot than Humboldt. And Humboldt isn't all that great. It's better out there. So before I go, I just want to say, the best sex I ever had was in Humboldt County.
But then there's like stupid things that come out. Be yourself, but not if you're an idiot. Okay? It's not cool. And like I get really irritated when people are like, oh, I'm broke, I don't have any money, and then they go out and buy really stupid shit. Okay? Exhibit A, truck nuts. Truck nuts, the plastic little testicles that hang from the back bumper of the truck. What amazes me about this is that somebody actually has to stand there and make a conscious decision that this is an appropriate use of their funds. Going, I worked 50 hours this week, my visa bills are sky high, my wife is about to divorce me. I need something to show the world that I'm still a man of means. Plastic nuts for my truck. Hell yeah, I can afford them. I already bought my beer for this week. It's a symptom of a larger spending problem is the thing, okay? You show me a man buying truck nuts, I will show you a man whose retirement fund is lacking in commas. Okay? You will never see truck nuts on the back of a private jet. That's all I'm saying. It's a larger problem. Don't get me wrong, I understand the humor of the product. They're funny. But you have to be a special, dangerous kind of stupid to actually pay for them. Okay? Because they will run you $15 or $20 for the regular plastic kind. Or you can spend $50 for carbon fiber truck nuts. What message are you trying to send to the world with unbreakable carbon fiber truck nuts? You can throw them on the ground, you can stomp on them, you can drive over them, you cannot bust my balls anymore! Because I just don't understand the message. Whenever we publicly display something, we're sending a message to the world about who we are as a person. And I don't understand the message of fucking truck nuts. Are you trying to say, I'm a man's man? And I'd like to show you my real nuts, but I can't because the authorities don't like it. Or are you really just trying to say, I had to get another pair because mine are in my wife's purse. Because what it says to me is I'm this far from an asshole. That's what it says to me. Don't worry, ladies, we won't leave you out. We'll get you a plastic vagina for your Prius. It'll whistle as the wind goes through it. How's that for your freeway mating call, huh? you know that they come in colors? Well, I mean, they don't come in colors. They arrive in colors. That would be weird otherwise. But yes, you can get the white nuts and you can get the black nuts. Okay. Thank you, 4 people who are paying attention. But they come in blue. Yes, well, you weren't getting any in the bar. Your truck wasn't getting any in the parking lot either. They come in pink, which I guess is for breast cancer awareness. And they come in green, which frankly, I don't want to know what makes nuts green. That's not good. That's a trip to the doctor, generally. That's not a good thing. That's not good. But then you can get the special, the exclusive, the premium versions. The ones covered with flames. Classy, I know, yeah. Most guys I know try to keep flames away from their nuts. I think that's the it burns when I pee model. That's not a good thing. Stay away from that guy, ladies. You know, I saw some last week covered in camouflage. Good for a stealth game of hide the salami, I guess. I don't know. My favorite one that I saw was the ones covered in American flags. How patriotic. You know, it should come with a bumper sticker that says, "America teabagging the world since 1776." I think they all should come with a free bonus dagger to kill yourself with if you have bought these things. Because what really cracks me up about this is that they always put them on these giant trucks. They got the huge trucks with 4-foot tires, and the cab holds 16 people, and the bed holds 87 tons of redwood, and on the back they got these tiny little nuts. It's like some weird automotive Freudian slip, you know. But I mean, the trucks are shaved. There's no hair on them, so as we know, that just makes the truck look bigger.
It's a great day, sir. People, this is speaking. How may I help you?
Hola, my name is Carmen, and I wanted to make an appointment to bring my son down to take pictures.
Okay, and did you have a day in mind?
I'm available whenever.
Okay, any particular day of the week?
Monday through Friday is fine.
Monday through Friday. Let's see. I have next Wednesday.
Oh, fabulous, mamacita.
And what time
Hello?
do you want to come in?
Hello?
Hello?
I wanted to know what the policy was on the cameras.
We have 3 different rooms. Photographers. It
Do you
depends
guys
on
have
who's
anyone
working.
that does makeup or anything like that?
We don't do makeup for
Lighting?
you,
How about lighting?
but the lighting is different. It depends on the color backdrop that you choose.
Oh, okay, fabulous. Because my son Arturo,
Uh-huh.
I don't want him looking like a little monster in the pictures.
Of course. Well, we have lots of different props that you can always put in a picture.
He's missing his 2 front teeth, so every time he talks, he whistles. Weird.
Okay.
And
You
his
can
hair
put it
is
in the
really
picture.
greasy, like as if he has 3 flores in it, like all the time.
We have different
He
packages
looks
for
like
our
a little
pictures.
monchichi. It's so weird.
Yeah.
He's 9 years old and already has a beard. I don't get it,
boy.
Mama. It's crazy.
Okay, well, I will put you in the book for Wednesday
Oh,
at
my
5:30.
goodness. This ugly son of a...
Can he hear you?
What's that?
Can he hear you talking about him like this?
Yeah, he's sitting right here.
Okay, well, I'm going to put you in the book for
Why are you
5:30
crying?
next week. We'll see you then.
Why are you
Bye.
crying? What? Hello?
It's a great day here at the people.
Hola, Carmen. Hello? I believe we were disconnected.
I'm sorry?
Why did you hang up on me?
Because you're talking about your son, ma'am, so I just hung up. I put
What?
you
That's
down
none of
for
your
Wednesday.
business. It's my son. I can talk about my son however I want to, okay?
Okay, he shouldn't be hearing you talk like
And if I
this.
want to say he looks like he's missing a chromosome, doesn't mean that you have to have any problem with it, okay?
Okay, well, I don't have any problems with it. As I said, I put
Just
you down
because
in
I
the
call
book
him
for
Corky on a daily basis doesn't mean that you got to be mad at me, okay?
Okay.
This is my business. I was the one that was in labor and this little alien came out. Hello?
It's a great day here at the people. This is speaking. How may I help you?
Hola, this is Carmen.
Hello?
Listen to me. Stop hanging up on me, okay? I'm trying to have my son take pictures and you're discriminating against him because he looks like Sam Cassell.
Ma'am, I am not discriminating against anyone. We have you in the book for next Wednesday. I made your appointment, so you're all set. You can bring in your son
He
then.
makes the Kembe Matumbo look like a supermodel. See, she doesn't even want to take pictures of you because your face is so f***ed up. See? Why are you crying?
Pants on the Ground by American Idol's General Larry Platt is hot. It's so hot, today's top artists are doing their own version of Pants on the Ground.
Your pants on the ground, head sideways, all in your mouth. Look like a fool walking downtown with your pants on the ground.
Platt's Pants on the Ground CD. You'll want to take your pants all off when you hear this. Your pants on the ground. Looking like your pants on the ground. And this. Your pants on the ground. Pants on the ground. Walking downtown with your pants on the ground. Your pants on the ground. Pants on the ground. Walking downtown with your pants on the ground. So go out and get General Larry Platt's Pants on the Ground CD. Only available in the music department at Worst Buy.
You're listening to OurCityRadio.com, the comedy station.
Call your home! Call me. I'm not caller ID. I am not taking extra help. I remember what happened with Grandma. She just changed her voice. She was like, no, this isn't Tuesday's grandmother. This is Sarah Schwartzman. I don't believe in fuckers. Anyway. Call me 8 or 9 times a day. So I had Craigslist. I had to go to Craigslist recently to find really on this one. I'm sure we've all had to do that. It's crazy the people out there. I went to church with this one girl, and she was like, I didn't want somebody who's just going to stay in their room all day. I want somebody who's going to come home from work and go to the room. I want somebody who's going to have dinner with me, who's going to have wine and watch TV. Maybe even make me tea when I'm sick. Come on, bitch, ain't you got friends? I can just see how this is going to turn out. 3:30 in the morning some morning, she's going to be knocking on my door going, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! I got a present for you! It's a great picture made from this hair, from reduced hair, from your hair brush! Yeah! I'm not going to that. Again. There's another one where I qualify for everything. Do you have a job? Are you neat, clean, dependable? Are you 5.9 giving life? Are you alive? I thought I'd get this one, but then at the bottom of the box, they have the movie box. Please put your favorite movie in the subject box. I wrote that one. That says in it. Here's what I turned in motion. Then I made a little basket up with Keontae and Policy. Anybody need a roommate?
So if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm a big Disneyland geek, big Disneyland fan. My 2 favorite vacations are Las Vegas and Disneyland. And my parents always go, why do you go to Las Vegas? You just go, you lose all your money, you're done. And I said, no. When you go to Las Vegas, you have a chance of keeping your money. At Disneyland, there's not a chance in hell of keeping your money. If you're headed towards the exit gate and they hear 2 nickels rubbing together in your pocket, Goofy will bitch slap your ass to the ground and go, I think you need another churro. A jackpot at Disneyland is only waiting 2 hours to ride Pirates of the Caribbean, you know. But I love it. It's so much fun because it lets you be a kid again. It lets you get in touch with your inner child, you know. Last time I was there, I saw a grown man piss himself like a baby when he saw the ticket prices. It's fun, though, because you get to watch all the little kids meet their favorite characters, you know. See Snow White, a big line of little girls waiting to see Snow White, and Sleeping Beauty, and a big line of little girls waiting to see Sleeping Beauty, and Ariel the Mermaid, and a long line of 40-year-old men trying to peek down her shells, you know, just waiting for a wardrobe malfunction, you know. I mean, Ariel the Mermaid is the only character walking around the park wearing nothing but a pair of shells. It's not like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty or having a wet t-shirt contest every afternoon, you know. I'm just saying, there's a market for that kind of thing. DirtyDisney.com does not exist for no reason. If you don't believe me, go look it up. But yeah, it's fun. I'm sure you guys have heard of the U.S. military using loud, obnoxious music to induce surrender in a military standoff, right? If you've ever listened to a small child practice the violin, you know what this feels like, you know. Well, at Disneyland, I was stuck on It's a Small World for 45 minutes. Apparently, Disney has been learning from the U.S. government. You know, that song is barely tolerable for the 10 minutes you're in there. 45 minutes in, I was willing to give up national secrets. You know, I had social security numbers and credit card numbers. I didn't have a firstborn to give them, but the guy next to me had a son. I was like, come on, kid, time to take one for the team, you know. Get on out there. They finally did turn the music off, though. Then it got really creepy, because then it was just thousands of freaky, bug-eyed little dolls going... I thought the next piece of music we were going to hear was... Finally, after 45 minutes, they get us off the ride. We saw 3 seconds of sunlight before they hustled us into a gift shop, where we all bought the first thing we could get our hands on so as never to anger the Disney gods again. And I bought a little doll from the ride that sings. It goes, "It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all." I don't know if you guys have heard yet, but the Small World ride is actually closed right now. They're having to refurbish it. They're having to deepen and widen the water canals because apparently everyone is so fat now that the boats keep bottoming out. This is true. Apparently it's not such a small world after all. Apparently it's a big fat fucking world. So it's going to need a new theme song. It's a world of donuts, a world of beer. It's a world of float and of big fat rears. It's not like we care, but we're painfully aware it's a fat world after all.
A lot of debate about the war lately. Democrats saying pull out, Republicans saying finish the job. It's like the angel and devil on my shoulders during sex. Maybe I really am a Republican. A lot of natural disasters, right? Depressing. Gotta keep giving money. Can't afford it. Gets to be like friends' weddings after a while. Like, damn, another one? Tsunami plus guest? Oh. Hurricanes, earthquakes, mudslides. It's like the drink menu at TGI Fridays, unleashing its wrath on the universe. People evacuating every day, right? Evacuating used to be a big deal. Now it's like jury duty. Great. Gotta evacuate. You gonna go? Nah, see if I can get out of it. Athletes donate a lot of money, but sometimes they'll make it contingent on their performance. So that for every touchdown I score, I will donate $500 to the relief effort. Thanks a lot. Well, I'm clinging to life up on my roof. I'll root for you to have a good game. Maybe you could just send the money. It's a bit of a crisis situation. Not sure I can hang on till kickoff. I think we should give hurricanes Islamic names. Just to reinforce stereotypes. And it'll make it seem more ominous. Like, you might take your chances with Hurricane Katrina. But if Hurricane Abdul's coming, you pack up and get the hell out. They named hurricanes alphabetically. They were up to the letter K, which is why they chose Katrina. I think they should have went with Hurricane KKK, because black people got... took Bush 4 days to get down there, too. That's a long time. It's a good thing the World Trade Center wasn't up in Harlem.
Her name is Tuesday.
Hey. I'm a fucking mess. I am. I'm a fucking mess. So much shit is just right. I have anxiety. Do you know what anxiety is? Anybody? Panic attacks. You're scared of stuff. You're scared that something's going to happen to you, no matter what you do. So, like, I can't go outside because there's airplanes. I can't stay inside because there's airplanes. I can't go to the bathroom because of the whole fucking Elvis thing. You know? So, it's like, it's really bad. So, I remember being younger, and one time, my brother and my cousin Jill had to take health class. So what they told me was, do you know that one student every day has to get in front of the class and stand there naked and say something in Latin? I was fucking freaking out. I didn't know what to do. So I got myself sick. I actually manifested symptoms. After a week of being out of school, my mother calls the doctor. The doctor's like, get her in, something appendicitis. So we got in the hospital and everything. Doctor ran the test. There's nothing wrong with it. So they're like, you don't have appendicitis. You've been sick for a week. I don't understand what the problem is. And I just sat bolt upright in bed and said, I don't want to stand naked in front of people saying, oh, what my ass I am. Yeah, got fucked with all my life for that. I remember I was, had restless leg syndrome at one point. You know what that is? Yeah, he's thinking, oh great, she's a cat. She's crazy and she's kicking out fucking my mom. So the drug that they gave me for it, and this is no lie, the side effects were that this drug could cause chronic gambling and promiscuous sexual activity. Swear to God, that's what it said. I was living in Las Vegas at the time, so I thought, well, great, now I'll finally fit in there. I was married at that time, too, so we lived way out the outskirts of Vegas, in the Black Hills. You know, there was really nothing behind us. My husband worked nights, and I worked days. So, he said to me when we moved in, you know, there's coyotes out there. They'll eat you if they see you. Fucking coyote's gonna eat me. Look at the size of you, humongous. Maybe tiger chow, but yeah, not coyote fodder. So, you know, I believed it though. I was scared to even walk out to the car to drive away. One time I got the nerve up to get in the car to drive away, to go to the store. I see something in the road, I slam on my brakes, the headlights hit it, and what is it? It's a fucking coyote with a rabbit in its mouth. And it's staring right back at me, and it said, you're next, bitch. So I went home. I locked all 3 locks on the door so the coyote couldn't get in because, you know, they are clever and wily. Yeah, if they can mail order an anvil from the Acme company, they can get through 3 locks, okay? So I took everything I had, like in the kitchen, out of the refrigerator and stuff, started piling it up against the door, you know, make them like a kind of booby trap thing. Because I figured when they do get through the locks, 2 things will happen. I'll hear a noise of everything falling, and maybe they'll have a snack, so that'll buy me some time. And that way I can get up and stand on a chair in the bathroom and get through the air vent, because of course that's the only way out. So I've got everything up there against that door. About 3:30 in the morning, I heard a crash. I'm flipping out. Then all of a sudden I hear, what the fuck is going on? Like coyotes are speaking English now. I gotta get out of here. It's my husband coming home, of course. And he comes up and he sees me on the stool trying to get the vent off. He said, well, what the hell are you doing? I was like, I
Big people, big dudes. Talk about y'all for a little bit. Big dudes. I'm not gonna talk about big women because, as we know, big women got all the confidence in the world. Can't tell them nothing at all. Shout out to all the big women. If we all had, brains like big women, I can guarantee you'd be like world peace or a better place in this crazy world. What is these big dudes who make life so depressing now? And I'm not talking about like football players, big old macho dudes or semi-big dudes, or I'm talking about dudes that look like Precious, big dudes. Yes, like big dudes. So like one of them dudes, you ever see a dude so big, so he got on Nikes, the Nike sign has a bottom of his feet because his shoes leaning so hard. You in the ball with him, he walking sideways like Donkey Kong, like this all day. Yo, we're walking way too fast. We're window shopping. We're not walking way too fast. And how did you let the mannequin beat you to the next spot in the store? So come on, keep up. Like big dudes. Like one of my friends, like huge. We went to play basketball outside of Blacktop. But, it messes with my brain because as men, we like take our shirts off, play basketball, we sweat so hard. But he can take his shirt off, and he got, folds, and it kind of bothers me. He got areolas like a porn star, Jada Fire. It's crazy. So I don't know whether to tell him to put his shirt back on or take it off. I'll be confused. Like, hey, put your shirt back on. Take it off. Let me put it back on. Take it off. Just one more time. Move on. Put it back on. Take the same ball off. He gets to me, man. He gets to me. But he always complaining. This is where the depression part comes in. He always complaining about everything. Like, as we know, in the summertime when it gets hot, I don't know about y'all, but I noticed this. I kind of sense. I got like a weird nose. Big people, big dudes, over big dudes, they tend to stink in the heat in the summertime. But they stink in weird spots. Yes, they stink in weird spots. One of my friends are in denial about this smell. Every time they come around me, I let them know immediately. Look, man, I don't know what it is. You bathe more, but you stink. He always brushed me with his arm in the air and try to prove his point. I go, no, it's not me. I said, no, it's weird spots. It's not your underpants. Check the back of your knees. The back of your knees. The back of your knee, what you mean? I said, take your finger, rub it on the back of your knee. So like this. That smell will put you in a coma for 6 weeks. Back of your knees, Or what should I do? How about, try taking a bath with some tomato sauce or something? I don't know. Make it depressing. Then, he's always complaining to me about how he can't get girls and get but JJ, I don't, he come to me with these problems because, ladies, once again, I'm 6'4", handsome, I got waves, I look good. I got big teeth. Don't mind the big teeth, I still look good. Don't look good, ladies. Don't look good, ladies. That, So he comes to me with these problems, like he can't get but JJ. But me being me, I give him my 26-year-old advice. I tell him this, I say, look here, you can't have goals and complain about sex. He said, what do you mean goals? I said, goals, like breasts. Oh, so what should I do? I said, look, if I was in your position and I had goals, I would never complain about sex. I would just jack off and suck my own titty. Forget it. You know how much stress that is off your brain? You gotta worry about no kids, no nagging woman, no child support, no diseases, nothing. You just collect your Social Security and live your life. Can't complain about sex, man. These big dudes make it so depressing, man.
Hello?
Hey, can I speak to Joe?
Speaking.
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Good.
My name's Tim. You left a note on my car the other day at Wegmans this past weekend. And I wanted to thank you for leaving the note about. I got the estimate for the damages. It's about $500 on the quarter panel.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I got a note on my car with this number.
Okay.
Saying to call Joe. I was at Wegmans this weekend. I saw a silver pickup pulling away.
Well, I will check with my son to see.
Is this some kind of hit and run or something, buddy?
I'll check with my son to see if he was in town, but,
I don't know, man. I had my car parked at Wegmans in Hamburg, right?
Oh, okay. His girlfriend lives in Hamburg.
That whore.
Huh?
Nothing.
No, that makes more sense now. It's funny.
That she's
we
a whore?
talked to him last night, and he wasn't very friendly on the phone last night. And now I understand
Dude,
why.
don't laugh.
Oh.
I mean, my whole quarter-pound of shot's $5,000. Is this a hit and run?
Well, no. If he
Who's
left,
going to pay for my car?
well, if he left,
You're lucky I don't press charges.
well, if he left the name and the number and stuff, you know.
Do you beat your kids? Do you slap your kids around? That's what I want to know.
No, I do not.
Well, you need to start, maybe.
And I really don't like your attitude. I mean,
You don't like my attitude? You someone banged in my car, left a note. What am I supposed to do?
he left a note, so you get an estimate. We'll turn it into insurance.
I did get an
We'll
estimate,
go from there.
$5,000, because I'm gonna have to get a whole new back panel put on my car. I got my
It's a side panel, now it's a back panel.
No, my neck's all messed up, and my catalytic converter fell off.
Oh, come on. I mean, if he was in the parking lot and he was pulling out of a parking space...
Why'd he pull away and leave a note? That's what I wondered. I figured this was an adult that had somewhere to go, but this guy was scared. Because he's a spoiled little college kid.
Look, if you want to talk about this as gentlemen,
I am talking as a
but
gentleman.
I really
Does
don't
he
like your
drink?
attitude. You don't even know me. You don't know my
Oh,
child.
I know your type.
There's no way that pulling out of a parking lot, you could knock somebody's catalytic converter off.
Do you know what the catalytic converter is?
Oh, no, I'm stupid.
Sir, I did not call you stupid. You called yourself stupid. And
Well, of course I know what a catalytic converter is.
Listen, sir, this is our radio station. We got an email from your son telling us to do our funny phone call of the day to you.
Oh! I'm going to kill him! Oh!
Give yourselves a big hand. Joe, I love you, Joe.
Oh, that son of a bitch! I am sweating profusely, Thomas. I've almost had another stroke.
I was going to ask you how it feels to be prank called, but I guess another stroke describes it, huh?
I love a joke, but boy, the first part of this wasn't funny.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, bye-bye.
So I live there in Milpitas with my girlfriend, and she keeps asking me when we're going to get married. Now, we've been dating for 15 years. I know, I don't understand what her big hurry is either, you know. But see, she never wanted to get married before. Now all her friends are getting engaged and married, and she's got ring around the brain, and there's no detergent that gets that out. Look. Every time I get home now, she's like, did you buy me a ring? No, I bought you a cheeseburger because you didn't cook dinner again. For instance, recently we got an engagement announcement from a friend of mine who will be dead next week. And it detailed the entire romantic encounter leading up to his marriage proposal, right? So I'm sitting next to my girl as she's reading it. This is what I'm getting. I'm like, oh, I'm going to kill that guy. He's in my band, but I'll hire another one. You know, those trombone players are a dime a dozen. It's not that I don't want to get married. That's not the thing. It's that I think I'm going to mess it up, right? Like the proposal. Totally going to mess it up. Because, you see, I sometimes have a tendency to make jokes. Not tonight. Not tonight. But sometimes, you know. And I think I'm just going to, like, I'm going to get her out to, like, a beautiful scenic location by a lake, you know, and I'm going to get down on one knee and look her deep in the eyes and say, my wife, you will be... Oh, she won't think it's funny. But it's a whole lot better than, who's your daddy? You know, that's not going to work either, you know. Like, I'm going to get her, like, take her to, like, a really fancy restaurant with white tablecloths and candles and the whole thing, and then hire a guy in a giant nose costume to sneeze the ring into her salad. Because that, to me, is good entertainment right there, you know. But see, guys, you cannot mess with the marriage proposal. It's solemn. It's sacred, like a funeral. Some guys think of it that way. I don't. I don't have a problem with getting married. What I have a problem with is buying a rock. A pretty rock. But a rock! Dug up out of the ground. If she wants me to buy her something dug up out of the ground, why can't I buy her a potato? Or a femur? good you guys know what a femur is. I'm really happy about that. Some audiences are like, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Nope, don't know where a femur is. I mentioned that I was down in Houston, Texas, right? And down there they were like, femur? Ain't that the people with the hurricane money?